Welcome to this crypto morning on Sunday, August 18th, 2024. We'll take a step back and look at the weekly altcoin performance. The IMF, that bastion of ultra-liberalism, just ask Argentinians what they think of it. For 70 years, they've kept Argentina on life support, and it's a kind of blackmail by the IMF. They lend money with the condition that you implement ultra-liberal measures, especially privatizing parts of your economy. They've done this in many African countries, and they've done it extensively in South America, particularly in Argentina. So it's really the heart of ultraliberalism. They pressured El Salvador, which made a risky bet, adopting Bitcoin as legal tender. Now, 3 years later, all major banks except BlackRock are buying Bitcoins. It's the den of ultraliberalism, yet they propose Soviet-like measures to raise electricity costs only for Bitcoin miners. So it's all nonsense. I think the IMF just wants to slap the Bitcoin logo next to its own. Never forget, Bitcoin's goal is to kick the anthill. IMF, ECB, Fed, all of it. Interestingly, the spot Bitcoin ETF is starting to see positive inflows. Looking at weekly data, we see Grayscale sold heavily in June. That's the gist. Despite purchases by BlackRock, Fidelity, and others, Grayscale sold so much it ended negative. In full, we had mostly positive inflows. August saw a return to negative outflows. It's still Grayscale selling. They had so much. But here's another interesting stat. BlackRock is overtaking Grayscale for the first time. Now imagine Grayscale has 21,217 million. So is it really 21 billion? I think Grayscale actually had nearly 45 billion. So will it drop even further? Anyway, there'll be pressure until Grayscale sells. But interestingly, BlackRock has now overtaken Grayscale. Overall, we have a big buyer and a seller who liquidate over time, plus Fidelity and others. It's interesting, we've talked a lot about Norway's sovereign wealth fund lately, maybe the world's largest state-run fund. Indirectly, they own tons of Bitcoin because they keep buying. They've bought lots of MicroStrategy stocks and Marathon Digital. Various companies hold substantial Bitcoin, so Norwegians indirectly own Bitcoin. Adoption-wise, it's interesting that Dubai's court approved direct crypto salary payments, so it's official. And regarding regulations, it's always intriguing. A big debate is whether the Ethereum ETF will grow and capture a large share of US investors. An analyst predicts the Ethereum ETF could represent 50% of asset portfolios over time. Very bullish if true. They say Bitcoin ETF buyers will likely invest in Ethereum ETFs too, aiming for a 50-50 split. So in the future, there'll be huge interest in the Ethereum ETF, which would be incredibly bullish for Ethereum, especially since it's currently getting hammered. The market map looks pretty good today, which we haven't seen in a while, but we can see it's Sunday after all. 6 billion on Ethereum, the blockchain might grind to a halt soon. 13 billion on Bitcoin, and let's check out some charts. What's interesting is the euro dollar is crucial. It's about to explode. It's not overheating yet, hovering around 60, but it's ready to go parabolic soon, I hope. Remember, it's September 2022. It was the first sign of hope. Check my September 2022 videos. We saw the euro explode. Then the market exploded. Crypto finally rebounded. So it's always an advanced indicator for a potential start of a bullish market. Regarding Bitcoin, look how peculiar it is. We've had big uncertainty candles this week. The day's not over, but we're ending in green. So 2 chaotic weeks after a huge drop. But since July 5th or August 5th, we're in a positive phase for Bitcoin, and then we can say that it seems we're forming a kind of double bottom. Around 47 would be good. We're in the big zone between bearish and bullish markets. It would be positive for Bitcoin to confirm a rebound like here. It'll be more challenging. We'll monitor it, especially duration-wise. We're almost at 6 months of range. It's simply a disaster. We touched the 100 and 200 moving averages, now recovering, but honestly it's very sluggish. Tao's bouncing back nicely around 40, similar to Bitcoin, except Bitcoin's around 50. XRP follows the same pattern, explosion, pullback, recovery. RSI-wise, we're doing okay. We're at 53, even better than Bitcoin. CKV is very sluggish. For me, it's a big opportunity. We're really very low. Last support is the 100 MA. It needs to hold, move sideways before attempting a rebound. Atom's always sluggish, but I think it's oversold. Polygon Matic's the same. We discussed it. The migration's coming soon, I believe. Polkadot's very sluggish too, nearing 34 RSI. We're at 32 RSI on Matic, incredibly 32 RSI on Atom. ADA's holding up better. Link 40, STX is slow but seems to double bottom at 40, fitting the ranges low. JRT around 40. KDA's very sluggish. DCR, like Atom and others, is approaching 32 RSI. Anchor seems to be battling with 42 RSI. When big coins hit 40, 30 RSI, the lack of liquidity is tough. Otherwise, I like it. I think it's in great shape. It's still at 47, honestly holding up well. Very positive for the future. FTM bouncing this week, also around 40. Zen seems to drop while price is good. IMX seems to be bouncing around 35. BNB is bouncing right at 50. AVAX is bouncing off 40. FET is struggling as we discussed yesterday. Flu looks good, also bouncing off 40. FOIL is at 40. Many similarities here too. NIR slightly above 40. And lastly, Tashbar. For me, 35 is becoming truly absurd. We're nearing this interesting zone close to 2022 levels. As you've seen, there's massive overselling in minutes. Judge for yourself. There are tons of opportunities. Look at the projects you prefer, but with RSIs nearing 30 on solid projects you believe in, I think there are some excellent opportunities. That's all from me. Have a great Sunday, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.